26 April 2024. Coming in at the biggest tornado day to this point in time, there would end up being over 100 tornado reports combined across 6 states. Nebraska and Iowa would come to see the worst of it, where an estimated 25 tornadoes would cause an unfortunate loss of 1 life while also leaving 4 others injured. The biggest tornado of the day would eventually get a rating of an EF4 as well. This would also come to be one of the biggest chase days of 2024 for many other storm chasers. Shortly after my arrival in York, Nebraska, I noticed the first tornado warning of the day going up hardly an hour and a half west, with a confirmed tornado hardly half an hour later. What I should have done was head towards Malcolm so that I would more likely have been able to see one of the most prolific tornadoes of the entire day, the Lincoln-Waverly tornado. Instead, I decided to go south and make my way towards Friend, targeting this leading storm. This decision would come to be the bane of my entire day. Once on Nebraska Highway 80, I decided to pull off onto a side road to get some time-lapse of the same storm, which was still tornado warned. Not being familiar with the Nebraska roads, this would cost me getting stuck in the mud. This long delay caused me to miss so much more than I cared to admit. Finally free from the mud, this storm would be my best bet to pursue, given the circumstances. I just had to focus on catching up to it. Moments before I shot this time-lapse, I could see it. My first tornado was coming down for the day, but I was not expecting it to be a tap dance tornado, one that goes down and comes up very quickly. By the time I was able to get pulled over and set up to film, it had already lifted. Due to the complexity of the storm's behavior and me trying to get in front of it, I decided to make a mad dash towards Humphrey, where I would see my second and only other tornado of the day out in an open field. These pictures do not give justice, but it was another tap dance tornado, and I did not have the time to pull over and capture it with anything more than my phone. Before we continue, I'm just going to give you some raw storm audio. Enjoy, and I will be back soon to close out the episode. Finally, I reached the end of the chase day and was burned out. That whole getting stuck in the mud thing really did do so much to ruin the day itself. I would get these last remaining shots, but it was time to move on. It was now time to get on the road to Oklahoma, where I would find some nice visuals, but just as much craziness. See you next month.